Jackson, and I'm back in the building with some more boxing talk for y'all. So I want to talk about my man Deontay Wilder. It's been a lot of reports going around about the whole Wilder and Anthony Joshua controversy. Wilder just made a statement, like I guess today or probably yesterday, one of the last 2 days, whatever. But in the statement, Wilder said that if he loses to Hearn, he'll retire. And like, I seriously don't believe that Wilder will retire if he loses to Hearn. But it's just like Wilder's showing like all of his frustration now, and it's one thing for me to look at it from the outside looking in. But you know, today I took a moment and I put myself in Wilder's shoes and I thought about it. I'm like, man, this is definitely a fucked up situation. Like, this guy's been criticized left and right. You know, he's the only American heavyweight champion, and he's definitely made multiple attempts to step up. And you know, guys have failed tests, and now he's on to the whole AJ chapter, and now he's dealing with this AJ chapter, and they're not trying to fight him. They're trying to make it seem like at first it was the whole maybe he'll fight him 2018, 2019, maybe even 2020, whenever he's ready, when Anthony Joshua's ready. Then it was on some, Eddie Hearn was saying Wilder needs to fight Dillian White first. Then I guess it came out that Wilder said, okay, well, put it in the contract, I'll fight Dillian White, and then put in the contract that I'll fight, the winner gets AJ. But now all of a sudden Eddie Hearn doesn't want to do that. And now it's just like, it's extremely fucked up. You know, people keep hyping Anthony Joshua like he's this unstoppable force in the heavyweight division. And me personally, like, I actually like Anthony Joshua. I like Deontay Wilder. Those are the only two heavyweights I like. But all of the bullshit that's coming along with Anthony Joshua makes it hard, like, to root for the guy. A lot of UK fans, mainly a lot of the white UK fans, they tend to forget that a lot of black people roll with black fighters. Now, when you have two black fighters like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder going head to head, they're definitely on a crash course. I'm not necessarily picking sides, because people keep on talking this whole UK and USA talk. Yes, I was born in America. Actually, I was born in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. But I can give two fucks about patriotism. Like, I am not a patriotic guy at all. Like, this is coming from a guy that served in the Air Force at one point. But at this point in my life, no, I'm not patriotic at all. So I don't care if Wilder's from the U.S. Wilder could be from the U.K. He can be from fucking Australia. Like, it doesn't matter where he's from. And it doesn't matter where AJ is from. The thing is, the stuff that's going on with Anthony Joshua and his team is some bitch-made shit. It's that simple. It's bitch-made. Like, you have this guy, Eddie Hearn, like, pulling all of these strings, and he's just blowing smoke up a bunch of people's ass, and a lot of people believe it. Like, I was even on Instagram the other day, and people truly believe that Deontay Wilder is choosing to fight Hearn. Like, the way that the propaganda that Eddie Hearn has put out there, he has these delusional fans creating their own reality in their head, and they truly believe that Wilder is facing Hearn in a rematch simply to duck Dillian White. Like, that bullshit is really going on, and people really believe that. If it's not known by any Anthony Joshua fan, if it's just not known by anyone, period, Hearn is Deontay Wilder's mandatory. How did he get that particular position? We don't know. But the WBC has mandated Deontay Wilder to defend his title against Hearn. This is not a voluntary defense. This fight with Hearn will definitely count as a mandatory title defense for Deontay Wilder. So all of the people out there that believe that Wilder is ducking Dillian White, get that shit out of your head. But another thing, why is Eddie Hearn trying to rush this whole fight with Wilder and Dillian White when the person sitting right under Hearn is Dillian White? Dillian White is going to be Deontay Wilder mandatory, but it seems like Eddie Hearn wants Wilder to agree to his terms to put Wilder in position that he needs to go over to the UK and fight Dillian White. Now, when the fight is ordered by the WBC, the ball is going to be in Deontay Wilder's court. You know, he's the champion for the WBC, and Dillian White is going to be his mandatory. So it doesn't even make sense why Eddie Hearn tried to sell this whole, how to sell this scheme that Dillian White is the path to Anthony Joshua, and then when he has his bluff called, he tries to make it seem like, oh, Dillian White isn't the end all be all when it comes to Anthony Joshua. But my thing is, like, what respectable opponent is Anthony Joshua gonna fight? Like, I'm hearing talks that Joshua will fight Tyson Fury at his current weight, and then like the Joseph Parker talk, like, okay, that's fine. I mean, but then they're just gonna use that as an extra bargaining chip if Anthony Joshua was to obtain the WBO title. But I will never, and I'll say it about anybody, any fighter, I will never say don't unify. If you're gonna unify, go ahead and unify, but don't be that type of guy to say, oh yeah, I'll unify with Joseph Parker, but when Wilder rolls around, like, I don't want to unify, and now I have to put all of these obstacles in the way. Like, it's bullshit, man. Like, it's simple. If you don't want to fight the man right now, just say that. But you know what? He already said that, and people were still delusional. They try to say that, oh, AJ didn't mean that when he said that, and then a couple of days went by, and Joshua decided to retract some of those statements. Whatever. It's clear as day. I like Joshua. I like Wilder. But this bitch-made shit coming from AJ and his team, like, it's unacceptable when it comes to the hardcore boxing fans. I don't care who wins. I want those two to get in the ring, and I want the best man to win. And then after the best man wins, I want that best man to go fight Joseph Parker and kick his ass and become the undisputed heavyweight champion. I want us to have an undisputed heavyweight champion in 2018. We need to know who the best heavyweight champion is of this particular era. Like, we can't compare heavyweight champions of today to yesterday when these guys are ducking the guys that are right in front of them. Okay, yeah, we can put fantasy matchups all day. Like Larry Holmes talking about this current Anthony Joshua would be the prime Mike Tyson. Like, this current Anthony Joshua with only 19 fights, he hasn't even stepped up and beat the best man in this division yet. So, with that being said, like, cut all of this bullshit fantasy matchmaking. Like, put that shit aside. Save that for when Anthony Joshua is on his way out of the door and he's already made a name for himself and he's already established some type of legacy in boxing. Until then, let Anthony Joshua focus on the current guys in his division and find out if he's actually the best heavyweight that's out right now. Until then, like, they need to shut that shit up. Once again, all I want as a boxing fan, simple. I want the best to fight the best. I want the best to fight the best on an even and fair playing field. Like, let's cut all of this bullshit out. I hate to hear the fans talk about the purses and how much this guy's getting paid and how much that guy's getting paid. Like, we're not a part of any of these guys' team. We don't receive a check. So why we're in these man's pockets, it makes no sense to me. Like, people want to get involved in the business of boxing, but they don't even do that when it comes to getting involved in their own personal business and trying to gain income outside of their regular 9 to 5. But that's a whole nother topic. Hopefully we get this fight. Hopefully Anthony Joshua grows some balls and say, Eddie Hearn, I can't do this bitch-made shit anymore. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to fight my next opponent. I'm going to fight Carlos Takam. And then after this fight, because I'm not trying to look past my current opponent, after this fight, and after if Deontay Wilder beats Bermane Stiverne, we're going to sit down at the table and we're going to construct this contract. The contract may consist of fighting each other immediately, something I seriously doubt will happen. Or I'm going to fight this guy, he's going to fight that guy, and then we're going to meet the next fight or the fight after that. You know, a contract similar to Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev. That's all they got to do. Let's cut the bullshit, cut the small talk, and let's just get it done, but put actual obstacles in front of these men. Like, if you feel like you need to fight to build up, even though the fans don't believe that. I know I don't believe that bullshit. It's simple. Put after the Bermane Stiverne fight and the Takam fight, make AJ fight somebody that can be a difficult fight. Make Deontay Wilder fight somebody that can be a difficult fight. And give these opponents an adequate amount of time to train and prepare to face these two. Now, if they can beat their upcoming challenging opponents, then put them in the ring against each other. Simple as that. Establish the split, establish the venue, and let's just get this boxing on. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Peace.
Guess I'm a killer. They got me in here with the killers.